Hey guys, welcome to ANS Solver. Today we'll be doing the concept of the mean and variance of ax plus b, okay, which is a subtopic in the chapter of linear combinations of random variables. Here you need to see that a and b, okay, are basically constants, correct? A and b are constants, and the x which you have is a variable, correct? This is what you basically have. So you need to focus on the form here, okay? So now, if in the question, okay, they'll always provide you the mean of the variable, okay? The mean of the variable will be provided to you, and the variance of the variable will be provided to you, okay? This will always be provided, okay? So you don't need to worry about that. Now, focus on how to solve a question like this, which has a form of ax plus b, correct? So they'll ask you what is the mean, which is the e of ax plus b. So the mean of ax plus b is basically a into the e of x, correct, plus b. This is the formula which you need to know. A into the mean of x which you have plus b. The constant has no mean, okay, no variance, nothing, correct? So it's just b. Okay, so this is quite simple. Now you need to understand variance. This is really important actually in this chapter. Variance is really important. So the variance of ax plus b will be equal to a square, okay, into the variance of x. Okay, this is the only thing. Okay, so now what are the properties of the variance? This is very important to understand. The first thing is in linear you get the a square, correct? This is basically only in the linear function, which is the ax plus b form, okay, in the ax plus b form, correct? Okay, this one thing you need to note. Another thing is which you need to note is that there are no constants, okay, there are no constants in variance, correct? This is what you need to know, very important. And another thing, the last important thing which you need to know is no negative values, okay, values are allowed. Okay, in the later videos also we'll do these concepts again, okay, but you need to understand these concepts very properly. These three things you need to understand. The last point, no negative values are allowed, okay, because you know the variance can never be negative, okay, because variance can never be negative, okay, because if the variance is negative when you're calculating the standard deviation is a square root of variance, and square root of a negative number is never possible. Okay, so these three conditions you need to know. Okay, so let's do an example. Let's say if I give you, okay, the e of y, okay, there's a variable y, the mean is, let's say, 8, and the variance of y is basically, let's say, 12. Okay, and they ask you to calculate the e of, okay, 3y plus 5. Okay, and they ask you to calculate the variance of 3y plus 5. How do you do something like this? Really simple, right? This has e of 3y plus 5, which is equal to 3 multiplied by the e of y, correct, which is basically 8 plus 5. So 3 into 8 is 24. 24 plus 5 is 29. Correct? Now you have the variance of 3y plus 5, which will be equal to first just write the variance of y, which is 12, correct? Okay, and here now when you write the 3, you square it, and the constant is not allowed. So 3 square is 9. Okay, 9 into 12 is 108. Okay, so this is basically the variance you have, and this is basically the mean. Okay, so this was a simple concept which you needed to understand, correct? Okay, so now in the next video what we'll do is we'll do the combinations when you have two variables, correct? Here because you had a variable then a constant. In the next video the form is different. Okay, even that's very important. Okay, so please view the next video. Thank you very much for watching.